Tiny homes is my brand new obsession. I absolutely froth for a tiny home. I recently went to New Zealand and I stayed in a collection of tiny homes, 5 of them to be precise. I'd never stayed somewhere more cozy, warm, friendly. It was like a hug. Tiny homes are like a reassuring hug, and I fell in love with them so much that I now desperately want to buy my own. Now, I realise that I have what is probably known as ADHD for activities, where I really throw myself into an activity and then I get bored of it very quickly. The last activity I dove into was pottery, and I am still wrist deep. Actually, I've got my elbows in. I am elbow up to a shoulder. I got my fist in, I've got my elbow in, and now I'm shoulder deep in pottery, and I love it. It's changed from obsession to lifestyle. I think I've crossed that bridge where it's no longer, oh, Christian's doing this activity, he'll give up on that in a couple of weeks. It's been 9 months and I've created some amazing. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I feel the judgment from you already. I didn't throw this on the wheel. I slip cast this. Yep. Oh, what's in here? Oh, it's got mold on it. I won't be drinking that. As you can see, I use it very regularly. My theory is my tiny home journey is going to be 5 years. I've given myself 5 years to have moved in and be full-time living in a tiny home. I want to do this so bad. Last night, I was unable to sleep because all I was thinking about was, where am I going to find some land? I need to find it immediately. Like, this is an itch that I'm like I'm clawing at it because I want my own tiny home so bad. So this is the start of the journey. Hi, welcome along. So feel free to leave any judgment, criticism, or feedback, or help, or tips in the comments as we go along. But today, I am just going to go on Pinterest and we're going to look at some cool tiny homes. Oh, this is why I want a tiny home. I don't know if you can hear that, but the neighbours are suddenly starting to renovate. Let's just jump straight into it. That is tiny. That looks too tiny. That doesn't look like there's enough livable space in here. Oh, it's too tiny. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Firstly, I'm going to point out the things that I love about this, and that is the bench top. Love the sink. That is a good sized sink. Hate the door. That front door is so annoying. I'm so sorry if you can hear. Oh, this is absolutely fucking. It's okay, Christian. You're 5 years away from getting into your tiny home, and you won't have to deal with this. I don't have time to wait for them to finish, and I don't know how long they're going to be, and I just want to be in a tiny home. I just want to be. Okay, so we're loving the countertop. Do you need a 4 gas burner cooktop when you're in a tiny home? Like this, how many people are living in this tiny home? There's enough room for one person in there. Why the fuck do you need a 4 burner cooktop? You need 1 burner. Now, you might be thinking, Christian, obviously you need 4. I don't cook. I fry some chicken and that's literally about it. The outdoor setting is frustrating the shit out of me. That's too small. And circle, that's not space efficient. This one's actually pissing me off. And I don't know whether it's because the noise of the renovations happening upstairs, but that countertop's great. Love the big windows. Don't like the fact there's no blinds. Oh, as you can see on the side, that kitchen is a roller door. I have never seen a roller door concept in a tiny home. That is genius. I do love the idea of having like a canteen at the kitchen so that while you're outside, you can access the kettle, you can access food, or what would be great if the tap was actually over to the side and then you could put like a thing on top of the sink. So now it becomes a bigger bit of bench space. Don't like the open pantry concept. The fuck, is that the bathroom? That's tiny. Obviously, it's a tiny home. Okay, I see what that couch looks very uncomfortable. I don't mind a little tiny coffee table, but you've got to make sure that when you're going into a tiny home that everything has dual purpose. Okay, so it's not just a coffee table, it's also a daybed, or it's also, well, I don't know, something else. Could double as a chopping board, potentially. Stools, so uncomfortable, don't want them. Get them out of my house. I like the idea of that fold-out table in the middle there. I love the idea of the smoke alarm. I think it's very important. And when I stayed in some tiny homes, I saw the smoke alarm and was like, cool, the smoke alarm's going to go off. How the fuck am I going to get out of this? That made me quite terrified because that's going up in seconds. And I don't want to instill the fear of God in you, but you're going to be dead pretty quickly. Oh, the cladded roof. Absolutely love the cladded roof. Hate the downlights. And you need a... Oh, do you need a skylight in there? The walls are basically glass. A skylight would be nice to be able to look up into the trees. Oh, the bed. The bed situation, beautiful. Cozy. It would be nice if you could enclose it with a little curtain just to make it feel a little bit more snug. And I love... Oh, there's an upstairs bed too. Oh, is that the ladder? Is that a detachable ladder? So you can... Because who's climbing up a ladder like that? But I actually really love the bed. That's cute. So overall, perfect. Love. So the things that I would adopt from this tiny home into my design are that sink. I love that sink. Would I do the roller door? Or would I do or the... No, you know what I love? Is it cantilever? Like when it comes out like that. I don't mind the roller door. It looks a bit... You might want to tidy that up a bit. Okay, let's try the next one. Oh, what is this? Tiny homes on wheels initially scared me, but there is a reason why they're on wheels, because they're then classified as like a caravan, and so I think it's a lot easier in the planning and council permissions stages. Yeah, these feel like more holiday vibes. I don't necessarily think that couch doesn't look comfortable. The bookshelf, like, give me tall book. You need good storage. We need great storage. And there's really nothing about this design that I love so far. That aircon, is this tiny home from the early 90s? What is that? Okay, but aircon, very important. I don't love it. Oh, I love the stairs and I love the loft. The loft is gorgeous. I'm loving the dark timber. Don't necessarily know if I love the dark timber against the white cladding. TV, so the TV would go there. Where would you sit? I assume the TV pulls out. That's not bad. But I don't watch television. Like I stream off my computer. So I just think you need a little. For me personally, you just need a good little office nook with your computer and a couch on the other side, and a barn door for the bathroom. I like that idea. Steel countertop. Okay. Yeah. See, look at the sink. Square. So maximised sink space. Oh, that's nice. I do like that. I do really like that. I just don't know about a steel countertop because it would get a bit scratchy. I just think a nice wood, which would also get scratchy, but you could sand it back and fix it up. Couldn't you? Yeah. Oh, that is gorgeous. But I feel like this is like a granny flat. This is giving tiny home granny flat. We don't have a good use of storage or space, in my opinion, as someone that is very new to the tiny home game. Hey, I'm just simply like beautiful. Whoever's designed this, if it's designed for some guests to come and stay for the weekend or for a week or two, perfect, gorge, not to live in. Oh, now here is an idea I've never thought of, because when I drew concept plans for what I would like, I've got stairs going up and I was just making them into cupboards, and then it's like, where am I going to put my clothes? The wardrobe. That's a great idea. And another thing I love about tiny homes, as you've seen from my videos, I have 3 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, and like 1 pair of underwear. If you're lucky that I'm not even wearing underwear right now. And I have my Crocs. That's literally all I wear. So I don't need a massive wardrobe. So that would do me, and I love that idea. I'm going to steal that. I'm stealing that idea. That's brilliant. A lot of tiny homes have the loft upstairs, and I don't love the way it's designed. I stayed in one in New Zealand, and you went up and you squashed. So the mattress was up against the wall. It was like literally up against 2 walls, and you sort of climbed in, and it felt like this nice cocoon, and there was windows so you could see out into the stars. If you popped a skylight in, it would have been absolutely stunning. This feels weird. I don't like the open space either side. And now you've got to remember, I'm just living on my own. I'm never going to be in a relationship. People suck. I hate them. Just give me a squished little cocoon space that I can crawl into. So I would love this if the walls were hugging the mattress. I've often thought the loft style bed, but I don't know if I want to look out into my living space. I want cozy. I want cocoon is what I want. What is this shower? Oh, eco-friendly. I mean, I'm all for saving the environment and saving water, but I fucking need a shower that I'm not going to spend 25 minutes in. It's like someone's pissing on you. I can't wash my soapy body in piss. I need waterfall, okay? And then I can have my 3-minute shower and be done. Bin. And also, I think, now hear me out here, I want an open shower concept. So the whole bathroom will need to be waterproofed. So no door, no nothing. It's just you walk in, you take your shower, bathroom's there. That's it. It's just open shower. I don't like being enclosed in a shower. Well, these renovations are certainly doing my head in, but that's, we'll wrap that up there because I'm about to have a meltdown. Tiny homes. I'm getting one. It's happening. I love going through the photos of them and then we can just assess and pick my favorite elements. Then ultimately, maybe in a year or two, when I've found some land, I can hit up an architect and I can say, here's what I want. And the architect can say, that's going to be, honestly, my budget. I'm willing to drop $200,000. That's a lot of money for a tiny home. I think it's time to go. That's absolutely, I need to go and meditate.